Okay, so this is the blueprint that I've been working on for my course, and I chose to do the preliminary chapter of my Spanish 1 class. I figured I would just do the first chapter since it's what I'll be starting the year off with. So the chapter in the textbook, what they're working on vocab-wise, they're introducing themselves, learning how to greet each other and say the date. They're also talking about the weather and the time, and learning classroom items. As far as grammar goes, since it's the first chapter, starts out really basic. Really the only grammatical concept is that nouns in Spanish have a gender. So as far as the classroom activities, one of the things that I will do is a birthday activity where the students need to be able to say the date of their birthday in Spanish. And using that, they will line themselves up in order of their birthdays in the classroom from January to December using only Spanish. And then once they've done that, then I will go through and check and ask them when their birthday is to see if they can say those dates in Spanish. Another in the classroom activity is Como te llamas activity. I will have 3x5 cards made up, and each 3x5 card will have two names on it, two Spanish names. The first one is the name that the student is going to use, and the second one is the name of a person that they're looking for. So what they'll do with that is they'll walk around the classroom and they'll be asking each other, ¿Cómo te llamas? What is your name? Asking and answering that question until they find the person that they're looking for, and that person will also be looking for them. So if, for example, my card says my name is Carlos and I'm looking for Felipe, there will be another student who has a card that says their name is Felipe and they're looking for Carlos. So that way the students can look for a partner in that way. Another activity that we'll be doing is called dibújalo, which means draw it. And this is a homework assignment. I'll give students a piece of paper which has boxes with the vocab words underneath, and they need to draw pictures of those vocab words. Again, that'll be a homework assignment, and then we'll use those pictures the following day in class to play bingo. As far as the online activities go, the first thing is that students will be creating their own Quizlet account, and they'll be doing that following the screencasted instructions that I made. There's this YouTube link here. I won't show that now, but that's the media object that I created before to show them how to set up their own account. Once they have their own account set up, which is a homework assignment, they'll be able to see preliminary chapter flashcards that I created that they can use to review vocab. The second online activity that students will be doing is making their own comic strip. They'll be doing that using the website makebeliefscomics.com, and they'll have to make a comic strip that shows two characters who are meeting for the first time, and they'll include greetings, introductions, pleasantries, and goodbyes. So this website is a great resource. We enter here. Basically, it allows students to create their own comic. They can choose how many panels they have in the comic. They can choose what characters they have. They've got thought bubbles, word bubbles, and even a variety of objects that they can add. So basically down here, we can scroll through all the different characters that we want to add. And then even those characters have different poses that they're in. So let's say I want to choose this panda. So I can click on the panda, and then here it shows me some different options of what I can choose from. So I'll choose this one. I can drag it around in the box, I can resize it, etc. So students will use this to create their own film strips and then to put in their own word bubbles to show a conversation between two characters where they're meeting each other for the first time. The next online activity that students will do is watch a video on YouTube. Again, the link is here, and this video just shows a description of the seasons in Spanish, and the students will follow along with that video while reading a script, and then they'll answer questions based on what they deduced from the video and the meaning of new words. So that video is a little bit above their level, but by watching and seeing the pictures that go along with it, they'll hopefully be able to figure out what some of those words mean. And the last online activity, there are a couple of videos that I found that describe the days of the week in Spanish. This first one here is just very simply explaining the days of the week, which days are work days and which days are weekend days. And then the second link here is a little bit of a more complicated video. Students will watch that second one after we talk about it in class a little bit, and they'll learn more about the days of the week and also a little bit more about the culture. It talks about pollution in Mexico City. So here's that second video, and the nice part about it is that it gives the script right here of what she's saying, so that I can point students to certain words that we've learned, specifically the days of the week, so that they can see those used in an authentic context. I've got my resources listed here as well. Those are primarily just those links to those different videos and different websites that they'll be using. And then as far as the assessment goes, the comic strip will be formative in-class assessment, and the Dibújalo will also be formative in class. They'll do those things at home and then bring them into class, and then we'll be using them together in class. As far as online assessment, one summative assessment will be a vocab quiz put together using Google Forms and Flubaroo. I haven't put this together yet, but Flubaroo used with Google Forms just makes grading a bit easier. You can enter a key to the quiz and then it will do automatic grading for all of those objective components. And then as far as a summative in-class assessment, we will have a written test then at the end of the unit. And that sums up my course blueprint.